Hello and welcome to Tech24 with me, Annelise Borges. Coming up, 2013 has arrived, and in today's show we talk about the technologies that will help shape the year ahead and our future. And in Test 24, we introduce a Spicy Tank, a remote-controlled robot that promises to change the way you see things. Having survived the end of the world, and with the arrival of 2013, it's time for us to look ahead at the future of technology. In 2012, we saw computers move into the cloud. We lost control of our cars, and healthcare was impacted by the arrival of real-time remote monitoring. So what will 2013 bring? Will devices multiply on our bodies? Will sensors, cameras, and displays work their ways into our clothes? Will they listen for commands and whisper back to our ears? To help us assess some of the main tech trends for the year that is just starting now, Mark Adams joins me now. Mark, one thing is certain, machines are getting more and more intelligent. For example, smartphones get smarter apps and accessories.
Well, exactly. I mean, if we take a quick look back as we're on the cusp of 2013, just think 25 years ago, you had those who were lucky enough to have the phones in the cars and I'm calling from a car, I'm calling from a car. Okay, we've moved on a lot since then. We've had phones that have become smarter. We've had smartphones now that give us a lot of recreational fun, and now there's functionality, and that's what's incredible. There's a lovely example of a gentleman. He's a doctor on a flight. Somebody was having a bit of trouble on this flight in the US, and he has a specific type of ECG accessory on his phone. And he was able to diagnose that the gentleman was actually having a heart attack, and they diverted the plane and saved this gentleman's life. So it's really showing how these accessories are impacting our lives. And you know, it's not just, as we're saying, smart apps, smarter accessories.
It's like our relationship with the machine is getting even more physical.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I don't want to sort of hark down to some sort of doomsday Terminator scenario where we have artificial intelligence overtaking us. But the fact is, you know, we've got faster connectivity. We've got 4G now that makes it so that, you know, you think of something, you search for something, and it's going to be faster than when you're searching for it with your broadband at home. And, you know, what we're hoping for that we'll see in 2013 and forwards going on from that is the introduction of more biometrics. And I don't know about you, Annelise, how do you feel about the fact that we've got thousands of passwords from it? How many passwords do you have for different things?
I would say at least 50.
There we go, 50 different passwords. Now, you know, we're all inherently relatively smart people, but it's a lot to try and remember. What would be great is if we were inherently that password, and I think we should be seeing a bit more of that where, you know, face recognition, you've got people can see who you are, and I don't have to remember all those things, the banking passwords and all of that. So that's something that we're looking forward to, hopefully in 2013.
And now, what about the enhanced version of ourselves? Stem cell research, bionic body parts. Where will 2013 take us?
Well, who knows? But some of the things that I'm particularly excited about, they've just had a patent that's been approved in Belgium for a set of contact lens, which you're able to see a different screen within the contact lens, so almost having a computer with it as part of your body. I wear contact lens myself. You know, last week we looked at the Airwave goggles where you had the little, you remember testing on with the little computer in the bottom right. So able to get real-time information, and they're using this particularly now in terms of healthcare and crowdsourcing and aggregating people's reactions and trying to get real-time health benefits across. We've got lots of different companies sharing information. Patients Like Me, a data-centric social network, Cure Together, where you can track people's health. And again, it goes back to your smartphone. How many of you are using your phone when you're running? You can tell, you know, how long you've been running for, your heartbeat, your heart rate, how many calories particularly. So there will be recreational and particularly functional usage for that.
All right, thanks for that, Mark. We'll keep an eye on all those trends. But now we'll have to move on because it's time for Test 24. Spicy Tank is a robot rover remotely controlled via Wi-Fi with an iPhone, iPad, or with your Android device. You can access the footage on real time or save it directly to your smartphone or tablet. Mark, such roving cameras were actually designed for the military and police to capture valuable information in dangerous locations. Now they're being introduced in a very different context. What's so special about this?
It's one of these fantastic little toys. Let's get straight into this. If you have a look, what we can actually see right here is what the camera is seeing.
Wow,
Can you see that? So we just move it around a little bit and see our lovely presenter, Annelise. Now, as you said,
excellent.
designed for the military. It's got a lot of different functionality. Again, you can purchase the app from your Google store or from your iTunes, from the App Store, and it's very nice for different usages within the house. Send it around. It's got night vision, so you can see what's going on at night. I suppose you could use it in terms of keeping an eye on if you've got a young child and you wanted to just check up on them. Not that everyone would do that, or even spy. I mean, it's called the spicy tank. If you wanted to spy on a girlfriend. I don't know why you would want to do that, in case you wanted to see if there was a problem.
I see. I thought you were going to actually make use of that wonderful, there's a wonderful function, walkie-talkie function, and I thought you were actually going to send the robot into the kitchen and ask for a sandwich from your girlfriend, but no, you're spying on her.
So I'm either spying or asking for food. Thank you very much, Annelise. Yes, there is a functionality. The walkie-talkie's fantastic piece of innovation for it, because, you know, as you say, you can communicate with somebody. You could even have it in your grandmother's house, who's probably maybe not having a particularly easy time using Skype or anything. Move around the house with them. It's got a programmable setting for 60 minutes, so it can go around the house in a specified pattern. Couple of negatives.
Yeah.
I hate to be negative around Christmas, but it doesn't have you can't charge it up. It just uses batteries. Got about an hour and a half tops with the batteries. They really should have put rechargeable batteries in it. That's annoying.
How much for the Toy Spy?
Well, depending if you're getting a good deal, it's roughly around 140 euros. So I think it's quite a lot. If the fact that you're then going to be spending a lot of money on batteries. I mean, an hour and a half usage, and then you've got to start again. But it's got a lot of very cool things, and I think a second iteration where they've got these rechargeable batteries might be okay.
Mark, already looking at the future and imagining a V2 for the spy robot. Thank you very much for that, Mark, and thank you for watching this edition of Tech24. Don't forget, you can give us your feedback on the show via Facebook or on Twitter. Our hashtag is @TechF24. And we leave you today with Solar Impulse, the world's first ever solar-powered plane. The project is led by Swiss aeronaut Bertrand Piccard, who co-piloted the first balloon to circle the world in 1999. These images are for their last mission, an intercontinental flight between Europe and Africa. For 2013, they're planning a California-New York flight. We'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.